I'm Carmen Barclay, health coach at Carmen Barclay Inspired Living. Also, I'm president of Integrative Health Management, where we bring health and wellness to organizations. Today, I want to introduce you to making your own nut milk rather than buying it, because it is simple to do. It is way more delicious than the stuff that you get off the shelf. And if you're a nut milk lover, you're going to love this recipe. So it's easy, you don't need many ingredients, and just a little bit of forethought and a couple of tools will get you going. So are you ready? We're going to make some almond nut milk today. Okay, so of course we're going to need almonds to make almond milk. You could use a variety of different nuts, but I prefer almonds, and you need to soak them. So you take 1 cup of almonds and you soak them in 2 cups of water overnight, and see how murky and icky they kind of look? Well, that's what's going to happen, and that's normal, okay? And you're going to need some vanilla, and you're going to need a nut milk bag. So this is what it looks like when it's used. This is what it looks like when you get it in the package, okay? And it helps to have one of these handy dandy little strainers or funnels, and some tape and a pen for labeling it or dating it, and 4 cups of water, and a jar for storing your nut milk in after you have it made. Okay? Well, we'll also need a strainer to strain these almonds. We'll need something to whiz them in, so we can have a bullet. I used to, when I first started, use the bullet, but it wasn't big enough. So now I have a Ninja, and the Ninja works fine for making my nut milk. So any kind of blender that you have will work fine. It just may need to take a little longer or a little less, depending on the quality of your blender. Okay? So let's get started. So we're going to take these almonds that have been soaking overnight for 12 hours anyway, and we're going to drain them. And we would rinse them too. If I had a sink close by, I would do that. And what we do with these then is we pinch them out of their shell. See that? How easy that is to pinch them. So part of that goes into the garbage, and the other part will go into the nut milk. So there we go. So this takes a while to do, obviously, right? Some of them are easier than others, but the gist of it is to get the skin off of the nut, okay? Then after you've done all of that, your nuts will look like this. And if after you've soaked your 1 cup of nuts, they will swell up, so they'll look more than what they did when you put them in the jar with the water. So these almonds will go into the blender, okay? So that is 1 cup of soaked and peeled almonds, and 4 cups of filtered water. There we go. And we'll put that on the blender. And okay, it's going to be noisy. And we're going to let this blend for 1 minute in this blender. Okay, so that's good. Now we will take our nut milk and we'll pour it into the nut milk bag. This is an old nut milk bag. I'm hoping that it holds together, but I'll show you how to make your nut milk bag last longer, so it's good. So here we go. We get that nice, smooth nut milk. Now the reason we're using the bag is to remove the meal, the almond meal. If you wanted to keep it in and drink the almond meal, I guess you could, but I prefer my nut milk nice and smooth, and plus I have lots of really great ideas for use after with the nut meal, the leftover nut meal. So I'll show you. So instead of squeezing it all out right straight through the seam, see there's a seam here on this bag, if you can just put it in the middle like that and then squeeze that'll help save the life of your, extend the life of your nut meal bag rather than squeezing it through the seam there. So there we go, a little bit more. So for more ideas around what to do with your leftover nut meal, you can come and visit my blog at carmenbarkley.com or whoiscarmenbarkley.com. I have two. And so we have this leftover nut meal, which I'll show you in another episode what you can do with it. Okay, I use the wet nut meal, and I also dry it out and use the dry nut meal. So okay, so for now we're just going to set the nut meal off to the side here. Okay, and we're going to take, I use a cap of vanilla in my almond milk because I like it, makes it taste good, very yummy. Okay, and I'm going to take almond milk, and I love these mason jars, especially now with the new BPA free lids to store items in. I have hardly any plastic left in my kitchen at all. It's pretty much all mason jars. So there you go. There you have it. Beautiful, yummy nut milk that you put in your fridge. Drink nice and cool. If you like, you can take some tape and a pen, and you can date it. So nut milk, what's today's date? Is October 16th. Okay, it's only going to last 4 days, so I don't really need to put the year on it, do I? Right, so there we go. I just put it on top, and then 4 days is the maximum life of nut milk. That's why it's important to make your own nut milk, because the nut milk you buy in the store has a shelf life of forever. No, well, not really, but you know, it's been there a lot longer than 4 days, so save yourself the extra additives and just make your own nut milk, and you'll have some wonderful nut meal left over to make some really yummy treats, and I'll show you how to do that if you come and visit me at carmenbarkley.com or whoiscarmenbarkley.com. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.